In this video, I want to discuss some basics. Most people never make any substantial changes to the default layout of their Microsoft Word installations. I've worked with many people who use Word every day as an integral part of their jobs and don't even know what their default settings are. They just open the program or document and start typing. For many people, that's fine. A major goal for me in this series is to show you how to use Microsoft Word more effectively and efficiently. This gives your documents better presentation and makes your experience less frustrating. There are more complex topics I will cover in other videos, such as setting up your headers and styles, creating multi-level lists, and using macros to make life easier. But for now, let's get Word set up to make you a more efficient editor of your own files. Here, I'm showing you a default installation of Microsoft Word. For this, I reset the Microsoft Word customizations. To reset your customization, simply go to the Quick Access toolbar, which is the little bar that you'll find either above or below the ribbon. Select the drop-down, and then select More Commands from the list. In the pop-up at the lower right corner, you'll find the option for Customizations with options to reset. You may notice that the ribbon appears unusually large. Based on my review of previous videos, I thought it might be helpful to change the window scaling so the ribbon and toolbar appear larger. Usually I keep my scaling set at 100%. So where do we start? For me, I insist on having my Quick Access toolbar below the ribbon, and it will be clear why later. Moving the toolbar below the ribbon is easy. Hit the drop down and select Show Below the Ribbon, and you're done. The Quick Access toolbar will always show below the ribbon until you change the setting. Next, I want to place some useful tools on the toolbar. To add options to the toolbar, select the drop-down again, but this time select More Commands from the list. From here, there are two options to find the tools that you want to add to your toolbar, and I frequently use both. The first option is to select them based on their location in the ribbon. Under Choose Commands From, select the tab of the ribbon containing that tool or option. For example, in the Home tab, we have the font and paragraph options. But not all tools are in the ribbon, so sometimes I select All Commands and find them by scrolling. Once you have the selection you want, then select the Add button to copy them to the toolbar. You can then customize the toolbar by moving each selection up and down, or you can change the active selection, which will set the destination location when you select the Add button. And now you can see I finished going through and setting up my Quick Access toolbar. What you choose to add to the toolbar is entirely up to you, but there are a few I suggest everyone should have. These include the paragraph settings button, the show hide button, the font selector and font size selector. Other good ones include bold, italics, underline, superscript, subscript, strike through, and all caps. The reason for including these is they provide immediate visual indication of what you're going to type before you type. If you move your cursor to a spot where the text is going to be bold, italic, or whatever, you can see that here before you ever start typing. Similarly, you also get to see the font and size. This is particularly helpful when you're editing large amounts of text and there are differing fonts and font sizes, which I get tasked with constantly. All of this information is visible when your ribbon is on the Home tab, but often you'll have another tab selected, and this saves you from having to toggle back and forth to see these formatting settings. The others that I use regularly are these. Different buttons for saving the file, saving as a new file or file type, Save All, which is very helpful when you're not working in OneDrive, Close, Close All, Format Painter, Font Color, Highlight Color, Underline Color, Shading, Bullets and Numbering, Restart Numbering, Continue Numbering, Reduce Indent, Indent More, Align Left, Center, Align Right, Insert a Symbol, Add Rows and Columns, Delete Rows and Columns, Delete Table, Horizontal Line, Text Box, and View Whole Page. The option to view whole page is especially useful when you want to scroll down one page at a time. With my toolbar filled out, you can see why I prefer the toolbar below the ribbon. It's not just that the font and paragraph information is more visible, although that would be enough reason for me. It's also the fact that it encroaches on the search bar and title of the document when it's above. When it's below, it doesn't interfere with either one. The Quick Access toolbar is only one default setting you may want to change, and it is probably the biggest to help you with being efficient, but there are others. In the Options menu, you'll find a tab for Advanced. If you scroll down about halfway, there is a grouping labeled Show Document Content. There are two very important settings here that I wish Microsoft would change to enable by default. The first is Show Bookmarks. Bookmarks work like a bookmark in a physical book. You place the bookmark at a place where you want to be able to jump to quickly. The other option is field shading. By default, this is set to when selected. Everyone should have this set to always. Otherwise, they may not know when they're about to edit a field, which creates unexpected behavior. While we're here, also consider selecting Show Crop Marks. This setting gives you a visual representation of where the margins are when you're looking at the top or bottom of a page. Another helpful tip is to have your ruler visible. This is handy anytime you're dealing with tabs and tables. You can set tabs faster as well as the size of tables and their rows and columns. To show the ruler, go to the View tab and select the box for Ruler in the Show group. And lastly, the most important thing to me is this little button right here. This button, labeled Show Hide Paragraph, does pretty much what it says. Rather than seeing what you will print, you see every space, every tab, every line break, every character turn, and what's happening inside your table cells. If you can learn to create and edit your documents with formatting turned on, you'll be one step closer to mastering Microsoft Word. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover, drop a comment and let me know.